Kuna danu Imano kumagana tariba Wasi bato bode weba mole Onye butike obode meze Imana put up. If I really would go pounds and dollars Casey, I swear to God I saw no be happy back you. Oh no
Permit me right now to call for the recitation of the chairman of this occasion. Welcome to our Honorable Sir Ogbu. Please let's listen to the biography.
Now you know. Now you know. If you know, you know. The big ballers in town. Now you know. Now you know.
Honorable Dr. Sam Ogbu Nwobodo is a prestigious lawyer, public policy expert, and transformative public sector leader. He holds a Doctor of Juridical Science (SJD) and has built an impressive career marked by strategic governance, institutional reform, and economic development. A former Commissioner for Commerce, Trade and Industry in Enugu State, Dr. Ogbu Nwobodo spearheaded several reform initiatives that advanced tourism, strengthened consumer protection, and facilitated major infrastructure projects such as the Enugu International Motor Spare Parts Market and statewide mass transit schemes. Currently serving as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Enugu State Investment Development Authority (ESIDA) and the state's focal person on ease of doing business, he leads investment promotion, enterprise development, and the Pebek Neck reform drive in Enugu. His visionary leadership continues to position the state as a preferred destination for sustainable private sector growth and economic transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present to you Honorable Dr. Sam Ogbu Nwobodo.
The great 1994 set. This is quite impressive. Let me first acknowledge the presence and ever availing support of our leader, distinguished alumni, Ikuke. I call him from Ike, Nigeria. Distinguished barrister Nia Nwodo Jr. I acknowledge, of course, the principal of CIC, whom I believe is being ably represented here now by Reverend Father Okeke. I acknowledge the president, the World Global Business Guru. Listening to all these, the resume, the CV, what is it, of everyone here, gives me great joy. So I consider it a privilege indeed to be here. Let me point out that in spite of all the other accolades that has been ascribed to me, one major relevance and one of my positions that trumps every other position that I didn't hear is the fact that I serve as the chairman of CIC Ogbu branch and the national president of CIC alumni. For me, both because we are here in a forum of old boys, but for me that's really considered more relevant and more defining of who I think I am, because from all that came the other things that you've been referring to. So I accept with humility the other things, but please, next time don't miss that one. That's about the most important one. So yeah, 1994 is also a remarkable year for me because last year we celebrated our 40th. So you people left CIC 10 years after me. I am of the 84 set of CIC. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if you permit me, I would like to rather rest on the protocol which I think has been gradually established in no order. I acknowledge everyone. Today it is an honor for me to address the CIC 1994 set on a summit with the topic that deeply resonates, not just to our collective experience and passion, but also to who we are and what we've done collectively as an alumni body, which is the role of alumni association in education, educational development, and also Nigerian national building efforts. As we gather here, we represent a powerful network of individuals who are and have been shaped by our alma mater and are now contributing widely everywhere. And if everybody's CV is read today, I'm sure some of us may even see that. So I'm very proud of this group. Our experience, though unique to each of us, share a common thread, which is the transformative legacy, the transformative effect of education, without which many of us will be where we are. Alumni associations have a critical role to play in shaping the future of our nation. By engaging with our alma mater, we can provide financial support, which we've been doing both at the set level, the branch level, and also at the national and global level. We can provide mentorship and guidance, both to our mates and also someone who are junior to us, and even perhaps there are certain things that MNK or even Bankole can teach me today, and I will revert back and I will devolve to his maybe experience in that area. Of course, the infrastructure development, we can also contribute, pool our resources and do that, which I believe we are doing very well, especially with our alma mater. It helps also to know that we are currently venturing into the innovation and research sector. We just launched the STEM initiative, and the bishop was gracious enough to also lay the foundation stone for the development, building and development of a STEM center, world-class STEM center that will define that STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and math for the country. And we look forward to timely completion so that it will be formally launched by next year. And we welcome and applaud all the efforts and all the support that the national CIC body has been receiving towards this. I must say too, and this is something that is dear to me, that while I encourage and appreciate the bond between sets, classmates, I also want to encourage that bond does not take so much root that you forget that every set has a terminal date. By the grace of God, yours will live very long, but at the end of the day, yours will terminate. I'm sure 1944 sets, probably nobody. 46, I think Ileje was the last, he was always at the meeting. 48, Ben Ugocha is only one of that set. And so on and so forth. So it will be the lot of all the sets. And what does that say? That while we do this, we must also pool these resources, pool the kind of energy I see in this room to ensure that the branches, and most importantly, the national, and even globally, once that structure is fully evolved and set up, endures, outlive all of us and outlive our set. If we go by natural sequence, my set will go into extinct before yours. And so also the other sets before us and the other sets that came after us. So we must, while we are doing what we are doing to strengthen our set, also remember that this set will go, and the legacy, if we don't strengthen the chapters and the national body, that legacy will go with us. So I applaud that, and that's what informed also the way the national body has been structured. It's not, the national body structure to go with branch and set delegate system. And so what that requires is that the sets like yours be strengthened and made strong. And then the branches equally be strengthened and made strong. So the set fits into the branches, because branches are made up of members of all sets. And then all of us will now feed into the national body, and collectively the Mamli will bear the greatest of. No be so? So I want to also say that an important aspect of what we are and who we are is the community service involvement. And I was glad to be told, I missed it because I was down a bit cold yesterday, so I didn't want to spread it out there. I missed the outreach you had at the school, the medical outreach. That's community service. And I'm sure you've done a lot, even to your departed colleagues. That's community service. You can only do better. To whom much is given, much is expected. As we empower ourselves, let's not forget the community. However, so our ability to do all these noble great things also faces challenges that hinder the effectiveness of our Alumni Association in Nigeria. Some of the challenges include limited funding. Of course, it's a final resource that is very limited, but also poor engagement, which we are trying to solve. Whenever I see him, I will ask him, are you part of your set? Are you part of your chapter? I just told one of my younger brothers here, Nnaji, are you part of Abuja? He said he's going to join. Because that poor engagement is something that's not been, it's kind of hampered their growth. Imagine when the unseen and unfound samples, and I'm sure active samples that are alive, if we pull it well, will probably be in the thousands, 10,000, 15,000. Imagine if we do even 30% of that. That's a strong force. And it's not just a force of critical mass. Some of the most endowed, well-trained, well-raised, well-prepared gentlemen you can find anywhere. And I say that everywhere because the same experience lives everywhere. I spent some time in the States, and it was time, I'll give you a personal example. It was time for me to take the bar exam of California. And I had the luck of being qualified to do that less than a year of my coming into the country. And a friend of mine said, it's okay if you don't pass. An average American will normally will take it for 3 or 4 times. Gave me the example of JF Kennedy and his brother. If you don't pass, it's okay, you can, But by the grace of God, I told myself, no, I can't fail this thing. This is CIC. And every other thing has to wait. And every other thing waited. Every other thing waited, and people were shocked. Every other thing waited, and sometimes I'll study the whole day, 21, 20, sometimes even all day, just to figure out, because I didn't go to school there, but I had that luck. I said, but just to figure out a pathway to passing this. And when I pass it, then I can learn the rest of it. And to the glory of God, it happened. And it was that discipline. I wasn't a very studious student, some of you, many of you would have, you probably don't know me, Oliver might. I wasn't, but the drive to excel was built in us. And I'm sure that's what I'm seeing here. Look at the ambience, look at the quality of the speeches that we've heard, look at the quality of how concocted the comportment. Look at even the choice. I'm sure this will have cost you a lot of money. The sacrifice you've made to present us in the best light. So it's not just you that you're acting for, you're acting for all of us. And when I leave today, I know, yes, the future is great. I've been also fortunate to attend, as you can imagine, pretty much everybody's reunion or Thanksgiving. And December, I was telling Oliver this morning, December is almost here. In the next 2 weeks, I'll probably attend these things sometimes up to. Last 2 years, I attended 13 of them, different sets. They will invite me, I will come, and I will interact. So from that vantage point, I want to assure you that you've not made any mistake coming together. I want to assure you that you're part of the greatest force of any alumni. And that's why everybody now wants to invite us to their events. Merchant of Light been knocking on the door. Even if you can't come, give us a goodwill message. The one, the Afibu one, the same thing, Fishers, everybody wants to associate with us. And so it's the kind of leadership that you've provided individually and collectively that shows up our own ability to do what we're doing, that's brought this type of fame and respect. And also even our brothers who are globally located everywhere, the kind of things they've done with the support of all of us is what is giving us this respect. So we walk around with humility, but with some pride. My father, there's a saying, Ikuke knows him, he talks almost like Ikuke. And he will tell you there, blow your trumpet, or it gets rusted. If you don't blow the thing, it gets rusted. So I am a proud Sempe, and I take it everywhere I go. Finally, I've also, about three months ago, I've been called back to that same ministry to help straighten it. So I'm currently also the Commissioner for Trade, Industry and Investment, in addition to the investment abroad. And that's simple. And when you talk to people, I mean, even in this government, the SSG, the Attorney General, these are all great. A lot of us are even in this government, have been in successful government. So be proud. Where we are going is still beyond measure. Mine is to encourage you and tell you to keep going. There will be challenges. Sometimes you're going to disagree, but at the end of the day, you get to where you're going. So on that note, I take the singular privilege, indeed honor, to as your national president. I forgot to tell you that the BOT had a meeting 2 days ago, and the emphasis was that we should come. So they said I should drop their own bag of congratulations, felicitations. Next week, some of you will join us here as we have our annual retreat of leadership, our annual retreat of leaders, where all the sets will send their key leaders and all the branches, and will congregate in Enugu for 3 days and plan the way forward for our great union. So as you go, those of you coming should expect something even greater than Nike Lake of last year. We are here, be proud, join a branch, and stay true to your set, but also join a branch, so that your case and our case will not be like some of the sets that has gone the way of Ramapiticus and all those other fossilized animals. So on that note, I formally declare this summit open. Thank you very much.
That's a great one. That's a well-articulated speech. Thank you to National President. Thank you, Honorable Sir Ogbu. Please put your hands together for him once again. That's a good one.
Gentlemen and ladies, please, I want to call on Chief Sam Ogbu to come up for presentation. Congratulations. You deserve everything God for you to be having for more. We wish you more grace to your life.
Thank you. The great 94 cents. Thank you so much. I wasn't coming expecting this, but this I will change. Permit me to open or commence what I expect to be probably the number one, the highest donation to the STEM Center. I want to donate 250,000 on behalf of this towards the STEM Center. So this is just a modest key. I'm not very close at maybe so thank you because you're not facing me. Thank you.